The day finally arrived. 8 months of waiting, and finally, the first version of Obsession Love has been released publicly. With this progress report, we will start by showing the start menu that you will see when you enter the game. In the information section, you will see information about the game. If you are new and need to know about the origin of this game, welcome to Obsession Love, the full experience, this game. The predecessor of Lovesick OG by Lovesick Team, a game inspired in Noice Potato mod and Yandere Simulator, where you can make a 100% realistic roleplay with your friends. Find secrets and emblems. Enjoy this game and give it a like, please. Thank you. In the menu, there is also a section called Other Games. Here you can play other games that might interest you and that I recommend. Be sure to check them out. We have Lovesick, and be careful. This Lovesick is not the game that I have been creating previously or anything like that. It is just another Lovesick that I highly recommend you play. It is a game of roleplay, and it contains a single player mode. If you like the original game more, I recommend you go to that game. Then we have Violent No Strike. This game is not roleplay, and if you like games like Yandere Simulator Original, I highly recommend this game for its story and lore. It's not 100% finished yet, but feel free to take a look. And finally, we have Himiko's Biggest Secret, which is something similar to the game we talked about earlier, but unfortunately, it is not yet publicly released, but do not hesitate to support it. There is also a credits section where you can see who created the models in the game and other content inside, so feel free to take a look. Now, let's go to the main part. Here you can find 2 game modes, roleplay mode and single player mode. Currently, the single player mode is not available yet. You can just play roleplay mode, but don't worry. This game will have updates, so in the future the game mode will arrive. Then we have a section where you can join your friends. To play, just press the play button and you will be redirected to roleplay mode. So, this is the roleplay mode. You will appear in a plaza, which is the main place of the game. Here you will find the most played players table, which gives recognition to the most active players in the game. In the bottom left corner, you will find 3 buttons: Crouch, Modes, and Phone. The phone button is responsible for opening all the game options. As you can see, options such as characters, emotes, teleport, personas, etc. Let's start with the character section. Well, here you can find practically all the characters to play. First, we have the normal characters. And we have the extra characters. You can only use them if you are in the official Obsession Love group. Well, I'm going to explain how you can play with them. When you press a character, this is exactly what will appear, which gives all the information about the character you are going to play with. This is very useful for when role-playing, you can learn about the character and make a more canon RP. Well, as an introduction to the characters part, let's start with Ayano, who has different outfits: normal, casual, gym, swim, and raincoat. Each normal character has their gym and swim variants, except for teachers and other characters, only students. Well, here we have normal Ayano, and for those who at this point in the video still didn't know, this game is about the Noice Potato mod. Why? My team and I want to avoid serious problems with Yandere dev, so we didn't use things from the original game for this game, just from the Noice mod. Well, with the crouch button, you can make the character crouch. Now I will give you a little preview of the characters. That's a preview of more or less all the characters, but there are still characters left to show. I won't show more in this video since the video will become extremely long. Let's continue with the next section, which is a settings section, where you can disable the outline of all characters to reduce the lag a little or the atmosphere, among other graphics. We will help you with anything you need help with, or contact me or any other game developer. Custom mode is currently unavailable, but you will be able to access it with the next update. Here is the map section. This will make it easier for players who get lost on the map. Although there are teleports, they are not all over the city, so a map to explore will be necessary. Choose what game music you want to play, and you can also just turn off the music if it bothers you. Next to it, we have the famous emotes option. Here you can find animations for roleplay, etc. Plus, these emotes come with sound included. The emotes are divided into 3 parts: normal emotes, dance emotes, and attack emotes. I will show you a preview of the emotes, but not all of them due to the length of the video. description. You can also establish your own club. Choose the club you want. In this section, there are also different interface modes. You can select 1980s design, dark, etc. A persona section has been added. Here you can change the animation between idle and walk. You can also combine different walking and idle animations. It's all up to your imagination. And finally, we have a teleport section, where you can teleport to the main locations of the game. Now I will give you a little tour of the entire game map. We will explore further the places that are not available for teleports. This feature that I'm going to show you now, I've been planning for a long time. I was planning to add it to Lovesick OG, but we all know what happened, so this system was added to Obsession Love. It is a multiplayer kill system. If you have a weapon, you will see the option to kill the player, but he can accept and reject the request. If the player rejects you, this message will appear. If the player accepts, you can kill him, and the animation will play. Here is the victim's perspective. But be careful. There are characters who have special abilities, so the other player could choose whether to defend themselves or not. Now, we will see a new feature that was not there before and that I wanted to add it in Lovesick OG. It is the seat emotes. Here you can select different sitting animations. Here is a quick review. There are also places where you can sit on the floor and be with your friends talking. Also in places where you can lie down, such as beds or beach chairs, you can lie down in various emotes just like the seats. Now we're going to do a review of the tools. Each tool has a section called Tool Emotes. This is to have a more realistic and comfortable roleplay. character in the pool. The animation cannot be seen in full since that is the animation of the game, but it still serves to make a small RP. And well, that's it for the video. This is all the progress my team and I have been making over the past 8 months of development. I hope you enjoyed it, and please help me a lot. Give this game the same support as Lovesick OG. I would be very happy. See you in the next video.